There's a 1 in 8 chance that a woman will develop breast cancer in her lifetime. And for Black women, we're more than likely to be diagnosed before the age of 50. Head to BaptistHealth.net right now to schedule your mammogram and be on the proactive side of care. Mammograms save lives.
When the last time you had a prostate screening?
I haven't done it.
What about colonoscopy?
I've been thinking about it. I know I have to do it.
Come on, man. You know, we can't wait till something happens. We can't wait for nobody to do it for us. We got to do it ourselves.
Yeah, you're right.
You know? So we got to make it a priority, man.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Full checkup once a year. And make sure you ask the doctors to get a PSA. And important, make sure you get that colonoscopy. You're 50 now, man. You got to get that done. Okay?
This was awesome. Thank you for tuning in. Hey there, what's up, Hello News family? Welcome to another episode of the Can We Talk podcast weekly news show where we talk about hot topics, news of the day, and news you can use. I am so excited to be on today. I know I took a little hiatus. Y'all gotta bear with me. I'm gonna give y'all some tea, some insight into some personal stuff so y'all can understand what's going on with the inconsistencies of the podcast. But just know I miss y'all. I want to come on here every week, but it's a lot of work to do this. Like, it's a lot of work to do this alone and still run everything with my business with Hilo News, as you guys know it. So I appreciate y'all for bearing with me, but we gonna get back into the rhythm of things and coming on here weekly. And today, I just made sure we had to come back, and I like that I'm coming back with a bang. We got some really dope guests. If you read the headline, we got Dr. Morris and Ebony Johnson coming on talking about military affairs and resources for our veterans. Y'all know I like to have concrete, deep conversations. But we also gonna be talking about some juicy things. We ain't getting too deep into the politics and government today, but there's some stuff going on with Diddy and the connection to Miami. I seen a familiar face when they released those sex workers that were from Miami. So we're gonna get into the connection to the clubs in Miami, and there's even a slight political connection to that. I don't know if I'm gonna get into all the tea, but we're gonna be talking about that. Also, too, Hungry Black Man Star X. He had a really, really dope breakdown about the Black Miami business scene. He wrote a great op-ed on his social media, so I want to dig into that. And he also talked about politics and infrastructure and what we need to do to build that up here. So I thought that would be a really dope conversation. And we got a lot of other hot topics and news and stuff like that we are going to get into. Let me see who in the comments today. Hey. Leah is there. Y'all give me some hearts, give me some love. Y'all know I like the energy that helps me get the juices flowing. Also, to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're on YouTube, we're trying to get to our 300 subscribers so we can start getting super chats, which allows us to do it'll allow you guys to support us in real time and give donations. It's a way of being monetized before you get the official monetization from YouTube. And y'all know we aiming for that. We want that. But in the meantime, they have different tiers. And so with your support, we can do that. Definitely want to say, hey, hey, who was that up there? That was Leah. Hey, Ma, Velveeta Tate. Hey, family. What's up, Tammy? Come on now. A. Yep, I did a voiceover. Some I do those. We sell advertising. We do voiceovers. I don't know if y'all realize I went to school for journalism and worked in media for 13 years, but we do this. Hey, Auntie Lori, what's up? Okay, I got the family in the building. Hey, what's up? Hey, thank you, babe. Welcome back. Welcome back. We're here. We're here. Yes, we're gonna have the tea. We're gonna have the tea. What's up? Hey, cousin Dr. Morris and me and the cats. Yes, come on. Okay, y'all got some people in there telling to tune in. Yay, yay, yay. Hey, JJ, you know what? I don't know. Sometimes YouTube has been doing that to me too. Like, I don't get notifications for every time for people's things. So that's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. But yes, I thank y'all for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all, is my bangs okay? Because ever since Julius called out my Beyonce bangs under my hat, I've been a little self-conscious. But is they okay? Is they all right? I wanted to wear my, if anybody is in here is a Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Slytherin, Ravenclaw, the Harry Potter fans, I got on my nah, look at me naming all the names. Now I can't even remember the name of the symbol. Um, but I got my Harry Potter hat on tonight. If you know what this symbol, Julius, tell me what the symbol means. For some reason, I can't think of it. I know you know the name. Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend. Deathly Hollows. That's what it is. I got my Deathly Hollows hat on. I've been getting into the sci-fi, and I'm gonna eventually add a Thank you, babe. I'm gonna eventually add a segment about like what I'm watching because I watch a lot of stuff, and I'm also to include a segment eventually about traveling and things that I do. I got conferences and festival season is upon us, so yes, yes, yes. We definitely gonna be getting into it and adding more content and segment to the show. So okay. I see y'all got the Deathly Hollows. Come on, Harry Potter. What set you claim? If you a Harry Potter fan, put it in the chat. Let me just see who's a nerd in here like me, who likes the sci-fi, who likes the fantasy like me. Yes, come on now. What set you claim? If is you Gryffindor? Hey Lex, what's up? Ivory, Orlando people. Let me just give her a cute PSA. If you want your hair done in the nicest braids, the knotless, the yarn, not the yarn twist, the wrap twist, the locks, she's your girl. Go to iBraid in Orlando, and she may travel for a fee. Get my girl. My girl gonna get you right. Tell them Hollow News sent you. I braid, will braid your hair and get you nice. Have your edges laid. She ain't gonna even snatch them out. She gonna have you healthy hair, good protective style. Summer's coming up. Come on, get it, get it, get it. Gryffindor, okay, Gryffindor in the chat. Damn, I may put on my Gryffindor merch next week. But yeah, so we about to get into the show, and I want to start the show off. Ooh, we got Look, I always tell y'all we are organic here. We are slowly growing and slowly moving and pumping it up. So I want y'all to see how we grow this channel into, thousands of viewers and thousands of followers, monetized and big and just something for us. And this is ours. Okay. So I see that the numbers are jumping, all look. Like I say, I tell the truth. It's 15 people watching. I need 15 of y'all to share this with 2 people so that can get us over y'all know my goal, my short-term goal right now is to have 50 live followers. So share it. That'll get it. Would that get us there? What's 15 times 3? My math people in the comments. Let me know. But we're gonna get into it. I want to start the show off today with some with our news segment, news that you can use. And we want to talk about let me see what's my first one in here today that I want to get us off with. Um you know what? I think this is a good one. This is the Dr. Gallen running down his students 20 years later. It was a promo for the class of 2005, Miami Northwestern class of 25 2005, their 20th reunion, and they did a hilarious spoof. If you have not seen it, you definitely want to. So I'm going to pull that up for y'all. Okay. All right, let me get that video. Let me tee that up for y'all. Let me tee that up for y'all. Look, see. Oh, also too, I'll tell some updates, but the show, we're in the process of finding a producer and somebody to help me out with the show. So we gonna be getting these things going. Things gonna be popping up on the screen. It's gonna be a smoother transition. But I want y'all to see that I'm investing in the show because I want to do this, but I know I need help. So y'all pray that the talent search that I'm looking for, that people, God sends me the right person that believes in Hollow News, believes in the podcast, and want to help us grow. So let me get to this Dr. Gallon video, and then I'm gonna play it for y'all just in case if you have not seen it. Is hilarious. So here it is. Let me see. Is the sound here? Let me get the sound.
Y'all boys drop.
So let me replay it. Here we are.
Nobody move, nobody get hurt, man. Triple team. Down in B. Y'all boys drop. Down in B. Yeah, Monyo, so I'm heading back behind the gym. Something going on back here. I'm heading there right now. He lost. He ain't got the ball. We got the ball. What's going on? Oh, shit, nigga, rock. You can't catch me, boy. I'm a fat boy. Touch me, my dog gon' wet you, boy. Never disrespect me, boy. You better check you, boy. Cause I'll never 38 you, I'll take you, boy. Pray God protect you, boy. Go in the zone like you let you, boy. I know you wanna go home, we ain't gon' let you, boy. And if my money ain't right, you better spread you, boy. Cause about that bread, I'ma sweat you, boy. You see us ride around in the next, boy. Cause we rap a lot like a cake, boy. If you ain't slip and slide direct, boy.
I see Dr. Gallon running these kids now.
You know, keep the freaking weapon, boy. I don't need no harm to protect you. Yo! Like a weapon, boy. So I suggest you don't talk, you see? And if you don't wanna die, don't be fucking with me. Don't wanna lose a lie, don't be fucking with me. And if you ain't slipping slide, don't be fucking with me. I suggest you don't be fucking with me. And if you don't wanna die, don't be fucking with me. Don't wanna lose a lie, don't be fucking with me. And if you ain't slipping slide, don't be fucking with me.
Call it twin, bro. Let me get that boy right quick.
That dog faster than a
Dog.
Yeah, all we trying to do is give y'all a chance, man. Trying to give you a chance, but you got to make a choice. Yeah, you got the rest of your life. 4 years of high school, but you got the rest of your life. And the chance we give you now is going to be based on the choices you make now. That's going to define the rest of your life.
Sure. Man, that boy ain't answer, boy. He probably got caught, boy. Man, he ain't answer. We call him one more time.
You have time, 5, 10, 15 years from now, have fun. You'll be able to come back and see your classmates and rejoin them. 20 years from now, this whole place might not even be here. But I pray, son, that you still here. A productive, responsible person in this community, state, in this nation. You'll have an opportunity to have fun. Yes, 20 years from now at your reunion with the class of 2005, just imagine that. 20 years from now, class of 2005. It'll be 2025, and you'll have your chance to be wilding out. 2025, the class of 2005 will still be wilding out. Let's go.
Yes. Oh, Dr. Gallon with the cameo and that was so hilarious. I have watched that video so many times. It's going viral. I think it's over 100,000 views. Shout out to La Lamborghini on Facebook and the Chicken and Backwoods team who produced that. And I think they're class of 2005 graduates or alumni from Miami Northwestern. And so that video was a promo for their upcoming reunion that the class is having. And yeah, it was hilarious. I love it. Hey, what's up, Kev? What's up? And to me, I wanted to have a conversation about it and really give y'all the deepness behind it because so here's if you don't know the joke behind it. One, if you're looking at it face value, is hilarious, right? But when I was in school, because Dr. Gallon, I think he was there from 99 to 2005. When I was in school, everybody knew Dr. Gallon was the fun, cool principal, had the music videos, Trick Daddy them there, like taken to the house, all of that, the stuff at the videos at the school, concerts and everything, because he was a young guy at the time too. But I also heard he will run you down. Like if you were not doing right, he will run you down. And they say he'll do it in church shoes and catch you, right? So you heard the legend of Dr. Gallon, even if you didn't go to the school. But to me, the alumni for 2005 wanted to do this promo and say, we want to get Dr. Gallon a part of it. And, I talked to him, offline about it. I was like, how did that come about? And he was like, they were trying to find me. They reached out to me, ask, nicely, like, hey, Dr. Gallon, would you be okay with doing it? And he, if you know Dr. Gallon, like, he's hilarious. So they weren't sure if he would be if he would do it. But he was all game for it. And he like helped with the storyboard. He was telling them like different shots to get. It is so many different Easter eggs and levels to it. And so Dr. Gallen, I know like earlier in his career, he started his career, I think as principal at Holmes Elementary. And so as you could see, he said he's leaving Easter eggs that they're running past schools that he was either like a teacher or principal there, because a lot of his work is, was in Liberty City. And so also too, he left like a little Easter egg there saying, like, because the guys playing dice, like they're supposed to be in 2005, like they're students at the time. So it's like really a throwback type of video. So he's telling the kid, like, these buildings may not even be here. And if you look at the buildings around him, it's some of the remaining buildings of the Poker Bean projects, which is, as we know today, they are pretty much gone at this point. They have redeveloped the Poker Bean projects. And he's telling him, hey, these may not be here, but I want you to be here in 20 years. And so they're capturing the fun and the comedy of it all. But the kids, if you're looking in the comments, people are like, "Oh my gosh, like Dr. Gallen chased me down. He showed up to my door. He ran across a field and caught somebody." And these students, even 20 years later, still remember the impact in the love that Dr. Gallen had for them as a principal. And now he's the school board member for District 1 for Miami-Dade County Schools. And his impact is still felt. The love and respect is still felt. But also, too, you have to think also like how much of an impression that he made on those students that 20 years later, they want him to be a part of this. They still have this reverence and respect for him. And I'm like, a lot of people don't have that. And I was talking to him about it. I was like, that's because you're a real person. That's because you really showed up for people. That's because you held them accountable and pushed them to be greater. And, they felt the realness from you. Because even sometimes you feel educators, you feel like their heart not, you could feel that even as a student, as a kid, you could feel when someone's heart isn't in it. And I think they realize and they could feel his heart. And even 20 years later, they're like, man, like we still rock with Dr. Gallen. We still F with Dr. Gallen because we know the love and support and resources that he put into us so we could be the productive citizens and adults that we are today. So yeah, I just wanted to break that down, give Dr. Gallen his props. Shout out the class of 2005 from Miami Northwestern High School. I hope y'all have a great reunion, because you with that promo, everybody gonna want to be there. And I hope they do some more skits with him, because it was so hilarious. Like seeing him running in them church shoes and like jumping the gate, that cut, like that part right there is the most funny part to me, because it's like, and he said he actually jumped that gate. But let's be clear, Dr. Gallen is a city dude. Like y'all city dudes be jumping gates anyway. Like that's what y'all do. So I'm not surprised. But the fact that he can still do that 20 years later is just amazing. So kudos to y'all. That's a very fun story, but also to some deeper levels to it, right? And then also too, I ain't tell him this. We ain't talk about this, but I feel like this because we know Dr. Gallen is the elected official, right? The fact that he has all these generations of people that really, really fool with him, that's the type of person, like that type of reach you can't pay for. I would argue to say he could give a Miami-Dade County mayoral run a good run. And I think he has a good chance to win. Like so many people love and respect Dr. Gallen across the county. I feel like if he ever threw his hat in the ring for that, I don't think he has aspirations for it. But whoever's against him gonna have a good fight on their hands, because and he's even as the school board member, like he does his student of the month. It's the grandma there, the auntie there, the cousins there, the mama, the daddy there, the kids there, the high school seniors who gonna be voting in like it's so many generations and multitudes of people that he's touching in a real way, that he's making that impression. The people can vote. The people, I vote for him. I vote for him. I tell you that. I vote for him. But that's I will see how that develops, because I see we get into the political season and people gonna be making their moves. I wonder what move Dr. Gallen gonna make next. And I feel sorry for whoever run against him, because you're gonna get beat. You're gonna get beat. He just know too many people love and respect him on a real level. Um, but yeah, y'all definitely wanted to share that. As I move on, you know what? Looking at the time, I want to bring on our guests. We have some amazing guests in the building, and they are talking about Military Mondays. And what I want to do, I wanted to pull up, see if I could get their flyer on the screen, because I want to make sure we have that where they're talking about Military Mondays. Here it is. And so what it is you connect with local organizations offering free services for military veterans, and they're doing this every Monday. But I wanted them to come on and talk about why they're doing this, who these research sources are for, and what you can expect. And so I have some really dope, amazing community members. A lot of you guys may already know them. They do work in various different, um capacities, wear different hats, but today they're talking about Military Mondays. And so without further ado, I would love to welcome to the show my guest, Dr. Morris and Ebony Johnson. Hey y'all.
Hey. Thanks for having us.
Of course. You guys, thank you guys for coming on, seeing value in the platform. I always say when people, want to do interviews and send us stuff, I appreciate the audience. I mean, appreciate that you see the value in our audience and what we're doing. So thank you guys as well.
Oh, anytime.
Yes. So, let's do some quick introductions just in case if the people don't, aren't familiar with you. But let's, we're gonna do ladies first. So, Miss Ebony Johnson, tell the people who you are, your title, and what you do in the community.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ebony Johnson. I'm the executive director for the Resource Room. It's a neighborhood community center where we've been providing services for the last 24 years, from wraparound services with our case management to after school and summer camp programming, to mentoringship through our NAACP Youth Council, and aligning organizations through our Together for Children coalition that I'm also serve as the orchestrator for. So I am very excited to be in this position. I love the work that I do. I love helping the community. I love helping children. We are now bringing the magic of golf to this community. So if anybody is interested in learning the magic of golf, one swing at a time, we have renovated our space right here to an indoor golf facility where the community can learn how to play golf. But most importantly, we are removing those barriers for our students. And so they are learning how to play golf at least 2 days out of the week now. And so that's a little bit about me. And I turn it over to my brother from another mother, Dr. Robert Morris.
So good evening, and thank you, Janae, for having us on. I'm definitely excited to be here. My name is Dr. Robert Morris. By trade, I am an assistant professor of history, of course, at Broward College, but I'm also a community person here as well. I am the chairperson of the Armed Forces and Veteran Affairs of the NAACP, and I also sit on the Veteran Advisory Committee of Miami Gardens as well. And I also have a nonprofit called South Florida Village, where I also do mentorship, college readiness, employability skills, scholarships, you name it. We do all those wraparound services as well. So I've been in this community for so long that I think we do everything. And so we're definitely honored to be here today to talk about Military Mondays, which is near and dear to my heart.
Love it. And when you sent me the information, you're like, hey, can you share this? I'm like, hey, can you come on and talk about this? Like, what do you think, about having this conversation? Also, too, I owed you because, I wasn't feeling well when you did the amazing event with the survivor of the bombing in Alabama. And so I'm like, I got to make sure I get you on the show and have you. But anything you're doing moving forward, like, we just got to lock in and make sure the schedule and everything work. But
Absolutely.
yeah, I wanted you to come on and talk about it. And to me, a lot of times the veterans in our community don't get the love they deserve for their service. Sometimes they're forgotten. They need extra help, extra love. So I'm so glad that the NAACP, the resource rooms, you two are, working together to do this. And so Ebony or Dr. Morris, you both could, whoever wants to chime in, but what can, a veteran expect or a loved one expect when they come to Military Mondays?
So Military Mondays are every Monday, of course, housed here at the Resource Room. And we work with several community organizations, not just the NAACP and the Resource Room. We also work with the Advocate Program, which is a veteran program. And I always say sometimes as a veteran, you get in and then you get out and you kind of forgot about. And so the purpose is to kind of help them with the wraparound services. So the Advocate Program is a supportive program for veterans where they come in, they talk about housing, they talk about employability services, temporary financial assistance. We could be security deposits, rental assistance. If you need your utility paid, you also need moving costs. You also need child care assistance. So you get a lot of wraparound services. So you got to kind of get a case manager who will work with you and help you with all of the services that you need. So every Monday here at the Resource Room, myself, the Advocate Program, and other services will be here to help veterans who need that support or trying to get their start back as they transition from being, of course, a full-time soldier to now becoming a veteran here, and of course, the Miami Gardens community, or even in the surrounding community. So not just Miami Gardens, but in Miami-Dade County, and also Broward as well, because we do have an advocate program for Broward County as well. So for those listeners who may be in Broward County, please definitely reach out to us, because we can definitely get you in touch with the key people in Broward County as well who can assist and help you as well.
I love that. And so, Ebony, how did this come about, and what is the role of the resource room within this program?
So it came about because we have a program called Project Connect. That's where our case managers provide housing and assistance. But that particular funding was very specific for parents or adults who have children. And through that process, we came across a lot of veterans who needed those services. And it was sad for us because that particular funding wasn't able to help them, but realized how much of a need it is. So because of that, I'm not a veteran myself, but definitely respect it and encourage help for them. And so I decided to look at some different organizations like the Veterans Affairs, like NAACP, like the Advocate Program, Fruits for Charity, and offer my space to them so that we can begin to connect those veterans with different organizations that provide services specific for them. I know that, on the second part of that, I know golf is recreational and can be very nice for them. So after we do from 10 to 12, we offer dominoes and chess where they can come and just kind of hang out, play golf, but just have a safe space where veterans can enjoy themselves, find time to communicate with each other, and then find other organizations or resources that are available to them. Even though that particular funding didn't help with housing specific, those veterans that had children, we were able to place them in our after school programs, mentoring. We were able to connect them to some of the dots. But like I said, it was heartening to understand, to know how much veterans need assistance, and not, different kinds of assistance, even if that's mental health. And it was easier to determine because they were able to speak with us in a safe space. When you're having a one-on-one conversation, you're able to kind of undo those layers of needs, begin to break the barriers and the ice of making, especially men, feel comfortable with asking for services and feeling vulnerable about receiving them. And so we make sure that we provide that safe space where they don't feel embarrassed or like they can't ask for services or not a man anymore because they are in need. This world is life, and so it is life for everyone. And so we want to make sure that our veterans know that we are here for them in any capacity that we can assist in.
Love it, love it. And you guys' work with veterans, were there any specific services that just kept coming up? I know, like you guys mentioned, housing and mental health, but like, are there some specific things that veterans need that the community should be aware of and sensitive to? And also, too, that could be helpful for people directing them. But what are some like specific things that they needed resources or help with?
Housing is the biggest issue. When we've had people come in, we've been doing it now for 3 Mondays now, and people have come in about housing. Now that I'm back home, I'm living with family members, sleeping on someone else's couch. How can you help me with, of course, housing services? And one of the good things about the Advocate Program is that they do an intake, and you do it on the spot on that Military Monday. You can you can always come back and bring all the documents that they're requiring. And then, of course, you can get paid first, last, and security. And in this day and age where when a housing crisis, it's so important. And we realize that, so many people are homeless. We think of homelessness as being living on the streets. No, it's not. Homelessness is more than that. It's people who are living on people's couches where people are trying to push you out, but you have to stay there because you have nowhere else to go. And when you're coming back from a war or coming back from a tour of duty, you want a safe space. And that's just one thing of security that you need is housing. And when we talk about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, that basic needs is what? It's housing.
Yes.
And so if you don't have that, you need that. And so our goal is to have as many people come out. We've done a radio public service announcement on Hot 105 to get the word out. We want people here on Mondays from 10 to 12, fill our rooms, utilize the services that are available. They're free. And that's the key word they got to keep in mind. It's free. All you have to do is qualify, bring your documents, and they will sit down and they will talk to you about the housing. And if you need things beyond housing, I know this week a young lady said she was concerned about employment. And so, of course, Ebony works with a lot of different people in the community. I work with people in the community. The Advocate Program also works with people in the community. What type of job are you looking for? Do you have a resume? How can we help you tap in? Because that's the key word we want to make sure that veterans hear. We want you to tap in, because once you are now out of the military, there's so many different services available to you. You just have to tap into it. See what's out there. And our goal for these Mondays are to make sure that people tap into as many services as they can. Of course, housing being the main one, because everyone needs housing. And once you do housing, maybe job placement. That's another one. And then, of course, mental health, if you're dealing with PTSD, now post after, your time in the duty is over. So a lot of different things, and the Advocate Program and other services are here and available. We want them to tap in and be here on Monday from 10 to 12 to get that help that they need so they can be successful.
Yes. Anything you want to add, Ebony, to that?
Yes, I do. I would say that I want our veterans, what I do come across, especially with our older ones, is that technology, most things are technology now, right? You have to fill it out. You have to fill out the paperwork. Sometimes the literacy level may not be where it needs to be. And so that's another resource that we do here, is to help you actually fill it out. We don't say, here go the paper, go and get, here's this link, fill it out and come back. Those are some of the barriers that our the veterans face, is the inability to have the internet, have the technology to fill that out on the phone. So again, we provide a safe space, making sure we don't tell their business. If we need to read it for you, help write some of the things down for you, so that you can actually get tapped into the services that you need.
Absolutely.
And so if that is a easy barrier for us to be able to assist with. And so that's all I want to share with that one. Yeah,
absolutely.
I love that. And the sad part about this is, I always thought, before I started learning more about like the government and military, I always thought, like, when I was younger, that once you left, your tour, you finished, that all these things were waiting for you, and you had these benefits and things like that from the government, and they were taking care of the military. And as I, got older, and, now I know what that is, but it's so interesting that that's not there, and you guys are filling that gap for our military veterans. So thank you so much, and kudos to you guys for doing that. Before I let you all go, is there, hey, we on here, we could talk, if there anything out that people should know about the program that we didn't touch on, but also too, if, either one of you have upcoming events or resources or initiatives, with some of the other projects or other roles that you play, definitely feel free to share that now with, the audience. Ebony, I'll start with you.
Only thing I can say right now, we make the best sandwiches and salads here at Golf Miami Deli.
Y'all still moving at the resource room?
Yes, our indoor golf facility also has a deli. And when I say hands down, people don't know that we have the best sandwiches and salads. And so we only use the best meat, which is that boar's head meat and cheese, because I only feed people what I'm willing to eat. Our salad don't come from a bag. We chop and clean and make fresh vegetables all the time. So feel free to eat it up right here at Golf Miami Deli. And like I said, if you want to know how to play golf, this is the time to join in. We're definitely looking for people to join our league. We're starting to do tournaments and really engage in that. Those that are just not really golfers, but are participating in golf tournaments just for charity or things like that, they can also come over here and you kind of perfect your swing before you go out to that tournament. We have summer camp coming up. Summer camp for the resource room is for kindergarten through 12th grade. It is a one-time charge of $40, and the entire summer is free. And that $40 helps to make sure they go to the field trips. And so field trips are part of what they do in our summer camp program. We have entrepreneurship. And so in our high schoolers, their business is embroidery. And so if you're a business out there and you want to support our youth, they have the top of the line embroidery machine. You can go to them and make sure that you can get your logo on, and those funds go directly to the students themselves. So they do run that embroidery business that's housed at Carroll City High School. It'll be housed during the summer. So if you're an individual organization, or you're a teacher, or somebody just wants your name, or you only have 3 or 4 shirts and you don't want to do a mass order, they do one shirt at a time. And so I would love for this community to support our youth in that entrepreneurship. They also do screen printing. So that is definitely a beautiful thing that's happening in our community that everyone can tap into.
I love that. And before we move to you, Dr. Morris, we have a question in the comments, and I'm putting it on the screen for you guys to read. But also, too, just anyone watching, if you have any questions for Ebony and Dr. Morris, please feel free to put that in the chat, and we can answer that live. But this is a very great question from William Whittaker, excuse me. Has the radicalization of the Trump administration and DEI caused a noted increase in demand for your services?
I wouldn't say it has. I think that what we know is that veterans have needed these services for years. And being a veteran, and of course, like I said, once you get out, you don't know really about a lot of these services. And one of the things that I have done, especially not only as a part of, a new chairman of the Armed Forces and the Veteran Affairs of the NAACP, but even as a college professor, students who are coming in who are utilizing the GI Bill. And one of the things that I do as well is to make sure that they know what the services are. Because I don't think anybody really tells you about it. I think what happens is you serve your time, and then once you do your time, and then you're out, and that's it. Yep. Nobody taps in and says, hey, there's this available. There's housing if you need housing. Hey, there's mental health services available. So I think that we look at the Trump administration, we look at DEI, we understand what's happening, kind of across the country when it comes to, the services. But I think the bottom line is that our veterans have oftentimes been left out. And left out in terms of not knowing what their services are. And I think as you talk to veterans, kind of around the country, even a young lady who came in, of course, this week, one of the things she said, I saw the flyer and I didn't even know you offered housing, and wow. So nobody told her, and she got out in January, just recently. So it's so crucial and important, and I think that's across the board. We're doing our part in terms of, the NAACP, the Veteran Advocate Program, the Resource Room, the Gulf Miami. But I think it's also important for, the armed services to do a better job in informing people who are returning back to, civilians, that what are the services available to you? What can you do if you want to get housing? So you're not living on someone else's couch. If you're dealing with mental illness, where can you go to kind of help you with that? So, we don't lead to you becoming homeless or you leading to PTSD. I think those are the issues, and I think until we begin to kind of tap into that, I think we have to begin. Trump has his own issues, and we know that's happening. We know the cut of DEI is also happening as well. But we know that this is a very vulnerable population of people. And as veterans who are returning back to America, hoping that things are going to be this normalcy. And when you talk to them, they'll tell you there's no such thing as normalcy for me. Because sometimes I'm waking up at night and I'm having dreams of being shot at. That's real. You need that, those people, the therapy that kind of help you deal with that. Or I'm worried about housing because I'm returning back home and I'm now an adult. And where am I going to return back to? What if my parents tell me that, okay, you can stay with me for a little while, but now you have to find some place to go? How can I help you get a job? And I always say it's always funny when I go to restaurants or businesses. I say, what is your military discount? It's interesting. And people say, oh, we don't have one. Then I'm saying, why not? For the people who have served this country, you're saying that there's not even a 5% or even a 10%. But what can we do? And of course, what we're trying to do is to do our part, which is to make sure we know that the veterans know that there's services available, and we want you to tap in.
Definitely. And I see what William was saying. He was saying because of some of the defunding of VA services and things like that, wondering if that affected him. Thank you so much, William, for tuning in and asking those great questions. And thank you guys for breaking that down. Dr. Morris, is there anything that you want the audience to know? Anything got coming up? Definitely tell us what the NAACP got going on. I see the new board has some new energy. I love what y'all doing under Daniela Pierre, still the president, right?
Yes,
Over
she
there.
is.
And I
That
see
is.
my boy Munch is on the board. Oh,
Yes.
James Munchin. So
Young
tell us,
affairs, young adults.
yes, and he's coming up too. So let us know, what you got going on, initiatives, how people could follow you, things like that.
Well, they can definitely follow us at the Miami-Dade NAACP, of course, which is, of course, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. They can follow us there. And so they can get here. Remember, we'll have Military Mondays is every Monday, of course, here at the resource room. So we want to make sure from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So if they are here and available, she's going to put up the flyer again. So please make sure you kind of check us out. Remember, also, the City of Miami Gardens will be hosting the LaDavid Johnson breakfast at the Senior Family Center, of course, on 183rd and 12th Avenue. So if you are free and available, please go to the City of Miami Gardens IG page, purchase your ticket. That's our opportunity to honor those who are veterans. We also have Vets in Miami Gardens. That's the organization that I am also a member of. Please follow us there if we want to hear your input. What are some of the other needs out there besides, maybe it's not just housing. Maybe it's also mental health. Maybe it's also child care assistance. What are the things that veterans need? So we want to make sure that you kind of tap in and follow us on our different IG pages so that we can begin to assist you in the services because we want to be better. We want to do better. We know that we do Military Mondays from 10 to 12. I know that Ebony talked about how we're going to be doing dominoes and spades and card games and food and golfing here at the resource room, for veterans. We want to make sure that we give you all of the wraparound services because it's not just about, the housing. We want you to also connect with other veterans as well. What are the things that you need to be a better you so that you can be a very productive citizen as you return back, of course, to the country from your tour of duty. And if you're a person who's been around out for a while, still tap in. We're here. If you know somebody, if you're a family member that knows someone, even if you're a person who is in the armed forces, remember the NAACP also has that as well. So outside of Monday, not really. I'm just answering one of the questions on the
no,
chat.
go ahead, jump in.
Oh, absolutely. Military Mondays is just Monday to, on from 10 to 12. Of course, I think if we see that there's a need, we'll definitely be willing to add, other days. Or what we can also do is tap you into, the advocate program. Because remember, they're available 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. It's just only what we're doing here in Miami Gardens is we're bringing them here so that we can cut out, like we said, the barriers. So that people who are in Miami Gardens who want to come up, who are right close by, hey, you can pop into the resource room. You can get that great sandwich and that great salad. But you can also, get the services that you need, of course, through the advocate program and even join the NAACP because we definitely need to have more members. And as we continue to move forward with the, the struggle that we're having here, whether it is our state, in our city, in our nation, we need new leaders. We need young blood. And we would be resilient not to say, High Low News is the place. This is Millennium newspaper. So we need more people as well. There should be one. I mean, William, if you tell us what state you're in, we can probably connect you with someone in your area because there should be an advocate program, not just only in Miami-Dade and Broward County, but of course across the country. And so offline, you can always send us, a message, and we can probably get that to you so that you can kind of tap in. Because I see that you also are a, veteran as well. So please reach out to us. I know Ebony's number for the resource room, of course, is on the flyer. So please follow us, ask questions. You can also, call. There's a 1-800 number for veterans. If William, if you want to write it down, I can give that to you now, sir. 1-855-585 Sam Victory Foxtrot. Once again, 1-855-585 Sam Victory Foxtrot. That is the supportive services for veteran families. So anyone can take that number. You can call. You can find out the location in your city, in your state. And like I said, you got to tap in. There's so many different services available, and please don't feel afraid, because I know that's one of the biggest fears is like, they won't help me. You won't know until you what? You ask, and you got to try. And our goal is to try to connect with as many people as we can in this community to make sure that veterans are not left out. That is so crucial and important because we do get left out oftentimes.
Yes. And Dr. Morris, are you a veteran as well?
I am. I served in the U.S. Army. I was a U.S. Army reservist in New York at the GSA Hoyt Hospital in Binghamton, New York. So like I said, it's definitely dear and near to my heart because like I said, I didn't know about the services myself. And so it's interesting how, you get out and you try to say, well, what is the service available? Well, I don't know.
Especially if you're not in need right away.
Right.
Sometimes if you're not in need right away, then years or time go by, and then a need may arise. And sometimes a need may not arise, but you might be a veteran that want to get involved. You might want to say, I want to volunteer. I want to give back. This is also a way to connect with us so that we can connect things to your hobbies, things that you're interested in,
Absolutely.
So that you can give back. And it's not about, and I would always say my stepdaughter is a veteran. And one of the things that I love that she does is she takes advantages of all of the entertainment. So when there is the tennis is going on, there are major discounts for veterans to be able to get tickets, concert tickets, if you golf, hotel rentals. She gets tickets all over. And I was really shocked at how inexpensive and sometimes very much free that are available to veterans. And so I wanted to share that as well because she taps in.
You have to. And that's where you get into, of course, places like USAA,
yes,
which, of course, is the military, bank. And, of course, you can get your car, your loans and all of that. Also, Navy Federal, kind of credit union as well. Definitely, William, you can, volunteer, in your area. You can call that number. And I would definitely say, tap into the NAACP. Remember, they do have a Armed Forces and Veteran Affairs Committee. Like I said, I am the chair of the Miami-Dade branch. And your city may also have a Veteran Affairs Commission. Another opportunity for you to get involved as well, because I've, being involved in the one here in Miami Gardens, it's phenomenal. You get to meet other veterans. I'm the only one who's Army. Everyone is Marines, but it's okay though. But it's still good to, kind of connect with other, like-minded, kind of people, because we have similar stories and we kind of share, things that we kind of endured and, and they can help me tap in the things that I didn't even think about, of course, as a veteran. Because like I said, I don't utilize service, because you're right, Ebony, because guess what? I transitioned to another career and I didn't need it. But I know there are people who do, and those are the people we're trying to kind of tap into, but also other people who may need the help, because you never know what you may need. And so I realized as I got older, and I was just telling my students just today in class, I wish I would have did 20 or 30 years in the military. I wish I did. Really? Because the luxury and the benefits that kind of come along with it are so great that you don't really realize until you get much older.
And need the service.
Right. Because you just do your time and you're just like, okay, I'm done. So
yes.
Absolutely.
No, and I see we have a Marine. Is that Janae? Do you pronounce your name like me, or is it Janee? But I want to say it's Janae. We have some military people in the chat. And William, it's easy to find veteran specific services that are not loudly publicized.
Absolutely, William.
That part. Man, this is amazing. Also, too, guys, if you don't know, like, we chop up our interviews with our guests. We turn them into articles. So information that we have, and Dr. Morris, some of the website, the phone numbers, Ebony, you can share that too. We'll make sure that we put that in as links and information in the article so that you guys can always search on our website, come back to this interview, or just search that article for different links or resources for you that you want to share, or if you need to use those resources as well.
Fantastic.
I served in the Army 21 years, loved it, but don't miss it. Well, we got some veterans watching High Low News. This is a part of our demographic I didn't know was here. But that's the other thing too. Sometimes you don't even know. And so it's, people kind of like just go about, or maybe they're dealing with things silently, or they, like you said, Dr. Morris, you moved on to a different role. So like that's interesting. I love that. And for me, I have a lot of respect and love for people in the military. My uncle was a veteran. He served in the army. My connection to the military is I went to the Virginia Military Institute for like half a semester. I had a full track scholarship. Couldn't do it. Cut my hair off. Had me looking crazy. We were doing push-ups all the time. I didn't understand. I just wanted to go to class. But from having that experience there, the school was in Lexington, Virginia. I think it's a big military community there. It definitely changed my perspective and my respect for the service that our veterans give us and allow us to have the freedoms. Let's be real. We know the United States got its issues, but we are a very, very privileged country, residents here in this country, and that's only possible because of the armed services and the military. And so, thank you to our veterans for what you guys do, and thank you guys for what you're doing with Military Mondays. Like I said, give me any information that I could plug into our article so that people could connect with you and link with you. And I'm just so appreciative for you guys breaking this down and sharing this information. And please, you're now, well, Dr. Morris, you an OG. You already know you're a friend of the show, but Miss Ebony, you are now a friend of the show. So please come back. Let us know. You got my direct info, any information or news or initiative that you have going on at the resource room. Come back, share it with us, send us your press releases. We want to make sure that we are a media resource and help you amplify the work that you're doing. And my cousin has done some work at the resource room. I think she hosted an event there. Her name is Alexis Moncrief. She's watching. Alexis, I can't remember the event that you did, but I know she loves the resource room and always raves about it. So, and now that I know you got salads and stuff, and I always be trying to find different healthy things in the area, especially in that North Day area, Miami Gardens area.
Yes.
So I gotta pull up on you, and get me one of
Pull
them
up on me,
sandwiches
girl.
and one of them salads.
Pull up. And we are back renting. So this space is also available for rental. So if anybody want to have private parties, birthday parties, and we also extended our outdoor area. So we closed in an outdoor area where it fits like another 100 people, where you can really have DJs and parties, food trucks, vendors, whatever that may be. So definitely come over, check out this renovated space, and start working y'all magic in Miami Gardens here with the resource room at the Gulf Miami 305 location.
I'm gonna have to hit you up because we want to start doing some live events and stuff like that, like just doing the podcast live with an audience and vibe, food or whatever, and drinks or whatever. And so Ebony, let's chat. Let's see if we can make this work.
Look at these resources connected right here live.
Yeah, come on. You see, look at God. Because I needed some more venues, a list of venues, especially that area is centrally located. So yeah, we gonna talk offline.
Yes.
Thank you all so much for coming on. Congrats, and just kudos to you for the work that you're doing with Military Mondays, and thank you for helping our veterans.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For sharing.
We look forward to seeing them on Monday.
Yep. Not this Monday because it's the holiday.
Oh,
the
Memorial Day.
Right. Memorial Day because of the breakfast that they're having for the veterans.
But we definitely want them to come to the David Johnson breakfast as well.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So if they can come
David
to
Johnson
the breakfast.
Breakfast. Send that to me too, Dr. Morris. If you have a flyer, we can make sure we try to get that posted before Monday.
Okay, no problem.
Yay. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Man, that was amazing. Thank you again, Dr. Morris and Miss Ebony, for coming on. Just great work. See, the people doing the work in the community. This is what we need. Need more like them, just amazing. And Dr. Morris and I actually met. I don't even know, Dr. Morris, have we even met in person yet? We connected for a Juneteenth event that this Miami Beach tapped us to be speakers for, and we just stayed in touch. And he's always been a good resource and just a supporter. And so, yeah, that was like, oh wow, I think that was like 2020, 2021. That was like 4 years ago. That's crazy. Time flies when you're having fun and you're doing the work, right? So again, thank you to our guests. Thank y'all for dropping that wisdom, and make sure y'all tell somebody in your life if they're a military veteran, go up there to Military Mondays and get some resources. Yeah. So before I get into the harder stuff, I'm gonna do a smoother transition because we coming off all of our positivity and we talking about all of these things. So I want to keep it, we'll go into our good news segment. I need a name for the good news segment. So y'all, help me. I don't want to just call it good news. No, you're welcome, William. I appreciate the great questions. So yeah, I want to go into our good news section and I want to talk about something that I saw with Miami Jackson had their alumni picnic and they did an amazing job. And what we want to do is we want to keep as much as we can highlight the alumni picnics. I love what the urban core schools or historically Black schools are doing as they, coming together, building community. And Jackson was one of the recent ones that had their picnic. And, shout out to my mama and my aunties. They all graduated from Miami Jackson in the 80s. I ain't gonna give all her tea. But she graduated there in from the 80s. And so she actually shared these pictures with us from their picnic. And so they, the alumni picnics they are celebrating. Also, too, I think North Miami had theirs. And somebody from North Miami, get us some footage, get us some stuff, tag us so we can celebrate y'all too. So here's some pictures from the Jackson. And look, we gave her the photo credit. Oh, they had the Jungle News out there. Okay, Jackson, I see what you putting out there. Okay. Yes, let's see what this is. Come on with this. Look at that. What they doing? Can y'all hear the sound? I can't hear what they're doing out there. Can y'all hear the sound? Is it good for y'all? They had the drill team out there. Jackson had always had a good drill team. Yes, come on. Y'all gotta do it. Is that drill team stuff or is that group stuff? Don't get me confused. But whatever it is, it's amazing. Yeah, this is amazing. I love that. Is that my mama out there? I can't see it. She in that picture, Derica. Let me know. These are some pictures that she shared with us. Oh, there go my mama right here. Still looking good. Okay, girl. She was a majorette for Jackson. Yes, class of 84. There you go. I knew you was in the comments somewhere will pop up. Yeah, so we want to celebrate Jackson. And then this picture here, the lead photo that we chose for this is such a special, special place in our heart because that is my late auntie Jeanette Tate. We called her Jackie. That's Auntie Jackie right there. And she was a Miami Jackson general. She, went home to be with the Lord in 1997 when I was still probably 9 years old, not even 10 yet. But still miss her and love her. But I thought that was so sweet and so amazing that they, had a memorial section for fallen generals or generals that, are no longer with us. And they had a memorial and tribute to my auntie. So of course, I own it. So of course my auntie gonna be on the lead picture because why not? Okay. And I just wanted to show some love to Miami Jackson. Yes, we had the best drill team in Major Red. There you go. There you go. Okay, okay. So let me see what else we have here in our good news segment. Oh, this was a funny one that I wanted to show y'all, but just give some love to uh Trick Daddy, okay? So Trick Daddy, I think it was last Saturday. He, was honored with the and he was featured in the live orchestra. They've been doing these things where they have a live orchestra with rappers. Um and hold on, let me see if it'll let me get out because I can't even see y'all right now. Let me get it. Can y'all let me see. Let me get Trick back on here. But Trick Daddy was, with a live orchestra and he's here doing his thing. Let me share it on the screen for y'all. But I always love when our Miami icons could
Lady
get
called the
there.
police on me today because I'm hitting
Wait,
golf
this
balls
is
at the
not what
park.
we want. Here it is right here. Y'all see Trick dancing? So he always doing his thing. Anybody went to the show? Anybody went to the show? Okay, hang on my auntie. Hey, Auntie Lori. Oh, but Auntie Lori a chief. She a chief like us. Well, like the rest of my family. I'm a bull. So we want to shout out to Trick and his concert with the live.
So people may not know that Martin really
let's get out of there. Well, I want to watch that later. But that's our good news segment. I want to bring that in and show fun stuff, funny stuff, cool things that are happening in the community. Give shout outs, give highlights. So if there's somebody that you feel like should be featured or something that we should feature in our good news segment, please feel free to do that. And we'll feature him here right here on the show. So two things. Wait, what we should, because I'm trying to see. Should I get into the Diddy? To the Diddy, the Diddy of it all. So we finna get into it. I don't start talking about it. Let me see if I can pull up this article. So we have our reference points, right? Because we gotta have our reference points. Um, so no, this is a better one. This is a better one because I want to show y'all the pictures. Nothing nasty because I can't get into all that nastiness with what's going on with Diddy. I just been very high level. I've been very high level with the Diddy coverage because my soul can't take it. Also, too, having experienced domestic violence is sometimes it's triggering. So I'm like, I can't get too deep into that. But I was talking to my good Judy yesterday, and she's like, Janae. And also, too, I've been taking somewhat of like an impromptu break from social media. So I just haven't been seeing all of the things. And she's like, Janae, social media, especially in Miami, went crazy because when they revealed the sex workers, some of them was from Miami and some of them were club promoters. And child, I said, what? So we were talking, and I'm trying to figure out how to be as give it. There are some connections to Miami, okay? And so let's just go through this reel of people who was featured because I'm going through it and I'm like, okay, like whatever. Let me see. And so this was the guy that I was like, not him. And he was cute. This guy, and he said they said a Miami sex worker. I seen him before. I know I seen him somewhere before. So allegedly, I don't know if he the one because he was like one of the only ones that I saw that had the Miami connection. Let me see who else. He had a Miami connection too, but he don't look familiar to me. And I wouldn't want him climbing up on top of me. He looked familiar too. He looked familiar. He he looked a little familiar, but maybe it's because they just black men and they look like somebody that I grew up with or something. He looked familiar too. So I don't know which ones is the direct connection to the Miami ones. I mean, to the Miami thing, but the connection is that some of them were sub promoters, right? Let me figure out how to do I got to figure out how to make me a little bit bigger, but keeping this on the screen. Let me see if this does it. Oh, here we go. There we go. So I'm learning with y'all in real time. So yeah, so allegedly they were sub promoters, but they would be employed to be sex workers. And there was a girl who posted something that said, not y'all using y'all sub promoters to go be sub sex workers for Diddy. No wonder why that documentary ain't come out. I know who she talking about. But I like the person that she talking about. And that person is connected to someone in a very popular person in Miami politics. Y'all could DM me and I'll tell y'all who, but I ain't gonna put it out there on the World Wide Web. But apparently, and the girl who put it out there was the baby mama side chick. And in my college days, I used to tear them clubs up. Now I ain't had a complexion for the protection. They ain't want me. I'm a little too dark. Okay, they ain't want me. Thank God. See how God saved you? Because I love Diddy. Like in the sense of like I respected him because I love what he built. I thought he was a great guy. He had the Revolt Music Festival. I covered that for a couple of years for the Miami Times and even for Hello News. Never met Diddy, but been in like press, you know, you do the press junkets and people are there answering questions for press conferences or whatever. So yeah, I just really thought that he was a cool guy. Like, and I'm gonna just be real. He has Sean Combe Enterprises. The reason why the name of my company is Take Me to Enterprises because of Sean Combe Enterprises. Like, I wanted to have something like him. I loved what he built. I love what he was doing in media and entertainment and business. Like, I just really like Diddy, right? And when this came out, I was just like, just Mr. Crab, like what's going on, right? So that definitely kind of broke my heart, like the fake mentorship, not mentorship, but how I looked after him. But nigga, just that video alone, hey Ty, just that video alone is like, no, sir, him what he did to Cassie, like under the jail, like I don't give a F how much I look up to you. I didn't clearly we didn't know you. Clearly none of us knew you. Okay. So yeah, y'all. The connection is Miami promoter. We could be a little messy. Which promoter y'all think I'm talking about? Which promotion group y'all think I'm talking about? If y'all know Miami clubs and it was around that time, like that it has to be that early 2000s to like the teens. And that's when I used to be in the, you know, juking and drinking and just having fun and doing what young kids do when they're in college in their 20s. I had a good time. That's one thing. Side note, I didn't go to the traditional college. Y'all know y'all had a dorm life. You know, the Tallahassee, the small schools. Oh, I lived on the dorm. Oh, the quad, whatever y'all call it. Oh, I'm on a yard. I don't know none of that. I don't know none of that. I went to FIU, Florida International University. Okay. With my Bright Future Scholarship. And I was definitely a transient student. I lived at home with my mama. Thank you, mommy, for saving me money on the room and board. But my partying was South Beach. Can I get in trouble for this? But I was definitely clubbing with a fake ID. I won't say the clubs, maybe that mess them up, but where I was going at 19, but I was using a friend's fake ID, using family members' fake ID, and I was in the club getting just. And you know, Diddy used to be in there all the time. You'll see him at parties and stuff. This is like, ooh. And one time, and I know this has nothing to do with it, right? So one time we were supposed to go to a Diddy party, right? One of the white parties that he had, you know, the infamous white parties. It was on one of the Star Island or Fisher Island, one of those. But the traffic was so backed up. One, we kind of got, I think we got like the information late or whatever, or maybe we took too long to get ready. But by the time we got there, the party was ending and they were saying they were going to another after party, right? By the time we even got to the house, the party was ending and it was like some other people that we met at this, like, let's go to this club, blah, blah, blah. But I always, after this came out, I was like, I wonder if we was in there, what we would have saw. Will one of us have gotten the invite? Because my girls were tea. They were pussy. They were a cunt. Okay. Me and my girls, you know, we had it going on. So I just being from Miami, I just never, yeah, Ma, you may want to tune out of this one. But I never got that close to the like that underworld of Miami. Thank God. And maybe that probably had to be God. That probably had to be God because I just you were there and we had like some fun times. You randomly meet people. You know, one time me and my girls we driving on down the street on what that is Collins or Washington. See, I used to know them streets by heart. Hey, Jolanda Bay. Hey. And we driving down Washington, and my friend had this cute little Lexus, electric blue Lexus, and so we pull up to a light, and it's Floyd Mayweather, and he next to us at the light, and he like, what y'all doing? He like, we finna go get some pizza. Come follow us. So I'm with my girl. I won't say their names because they married now. I don't know if they want to be included in this, and then nothing happened at all. Nothing happened, but I'ma just still keep them safe because I ain't running by them, right? So with my two girls, and we like, yeah, bitch, let's go. So he like, we eating pizza. Floyd, cool. Even though I feel like he a piece of crap now, he beat up his baby mama, whoever it was, but cool. That night we met him talking, joking, blah, blah, blah. He wanted to talk to one of my homegirls, one of his friends. He had like two or three, it was like 4 or 5 guys with him and like some security. So his little side people one of them wanted to talk to me. He was a boxer that never made it, and another one wanted to talk to my other friend, whatever. But we just was hanging out. And I was like, that's the closest I would ever get to stuff, like I never got too deep in. I don't know what it was. I just never got the invite to the party. I just never got the inside look. But maybe, God was protecting me. Maybe I would have got caught up or something like that. Cause I was definitely the self-esteem wasn't what it needed to be. Very impressionable. I don't think I would have did, no hard drugs. I'm definitely not a druggy type of girl. I never done no hard drugs, a little herb here and there, but I don't know. Like, I just wonder why I never got in like that, And so, yeah, like we never made it to the party. We never made it. That was what y'all think? Y'all think that was God protecting me and my friends and our behinds and our feet and our ears and our mouths and everything else that they don't say Diddy don't push something into? Because I just never was. We just never got that close. Let me see what Cookie said. My cousin used to go to his parties, and when I worked in a lot of luxury condos, some of the residents who went to his parties used to tell me all the tea. And you know what, Cookie? You know what, Cookie? That's true. But everybody in Miami, let's just say this though. Let's just say this though. Especially if you around my age and you was clubbing or doing anything adjacent to that world, we all heard about Diddy parties being wild. Like I've always heard that. And so even they say like the after parties and the stuff that they doing. So it wasn't really surprising to me. And I bet a lot of people in Miami, like, because we had already heard that Diddy parties get very wild. What the wild was, I never got the details, but people who maybe was a security guard or, was maybe dating some celebrity, a ball player or some, dude who had money or whatever. It was just the rumor. Like it was that's just what it was. It was just like Diddy, they get down and they be doing stuff at his house on what is it, Starfish Island, whatever his house at. So when I saw the news, I wasn't surprised. I was like, oh yeah, like everybody knew that. Like you get too close, you gonna get sucked up or be sucked in. um, God knew you didn't need to be around that stuff. That's right, Cookie. Protected us. Yeah, prayers went up. Prayers went up. I don't always be like, oh my gosh, she going out again. Like Sunday through Thursday, and sometimes on Fridays, because Fridays and Saturdays not really they party nights, but not that much. I used to be during the week, every night. Sometimes just barely sleeping and getting to class. Like it just used to be. Sometimes still hungover, just sitting in the class, just trying to get through because I can't miss no more days. But I made it, y'all. I made it, y'all. But yeah, apparently the baby mama said that. Look, are we not family? I feel like y'all judging me. I feel like don't judge me. Don't judge. That's not me no more. Not nah, that's not is it? No, is it? I will still have a good time. I'm not a club girl no more. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to go to just to be nosy. Hell, I used to be hell, used to go to the singer clubs back then. What Cookie? Oh, Cookie telling the tea. I wanted to go to one of the parties too. I just ever wanted to go to one of those like Hollywood parties, those just to see, I almost told y'all way too much of my business. I'm not gonna give y'all that. I'm not gonna give y'all that. But I just wanted to go to see too. So all of this stuff is like really crazy, and the stories coming out of there is wild. But the Miami, here's the thing. Was we surprised that Miami was connected to like because Miami, you're right, we grown. Ain't nothing wrong. I ain't gonna never yuck nobody yum. Ain't no I don't kink shame. You to each his own. It may not be for me, but if you do it, you grown, you consenting, you not hurting nobody, have fun. But of course, Miami, like I was saying, is connected to the Diddy stuff because just Miami. My fiance joke all the time. He like, you grew up in Sodom and Gomorrah. Like, that's why you don't like, you always want to have no clothes on in the houses. You always, y'all just so loose. Everybody know how to booty shake and twerk down there, whatever. So Miami, of course, had the connection. But this guy, I don't know if he the one because my girl didn't tell me which one of these guys is it. And I'm glad she didn't because I probably would have told y'all. But his face looks very familiar to me. I feel like I've seen him somewhere before in a party in passing or something like that. It could have been one of them other unidentified men, but yeah, the people saying that one of the big promoters down here got the connection to the Diddy thing. I just honestly, the person who they're talking about or the people that they're talking about, tell them stop hating. The people that they're talking about, like the promoters from Miami, they're the people that I know that I seen, they've been cool, solid people. So I pray and hope that's not that, but you with the way this case and the surprises, you just never know. He do look familiar, Cookie, like, or maybe he had one of them faces. It's also to this dude right here. I feel like this dude here, I definitely feel like I seen him somewhere at a party. Like I feel like he got one of them faces too, right? But are y'all following the Diddy case like that? I just can't. It's kind of heavy and it's dark. I can't get into that. I just get the highlight clips from whatever funky, Dineva is reporting on or Don Lemon or somebody, but I can't get. I'm not going to be reading all them case files and all. I need to be able to sleep and have peace at night, and I ain't trying to be crying. And I'm an empath too. I'd have been on. It would have. I'd be feeling like I'm in a room with the baby oil and stuff. I don't want to be feeling like I'd be feeling crazy. So, yeah. But this case in the Miami connection, definitely wanted to talk about that. Um, you know what? We may save some stories for next week. There is there is one. Oh, this is a good one. And one of the other ones, the one with Star Rex, we could get into that because that's another think talk PC one. And, you know, I don't want to get into all of that. We could save Star Rex's uh the think piece that he did on the Miami business scene. We could say that for next week, but I want to get into this one. So y'all know Teddy Bridgewater, right? He made a post about Northwestern. Let me pull it up and see if I could get to it. Get to it, to it, to it. You could do it. Put your back into it. I could do it, but I thought I saved this, so it ain't there. Look, is this a public post before he be mad at me? Yeah, it's public. So Teddy made a comment about Northwestern and the schools I guess their lack of ability of connecting to the younger kids and building that feeder pattern, especially to their football program. But guess who he referenced in that? Miami, Carroll City. So let's watch this video and let's get into what Mr. Teddy had to say about Carroll City and Northwestern and this whole thing. So look.
Try, baby. Try. You tall. We're ready. No. I shake. We'll try that again. Try. That's close. She's strong.
He fried y'all. The last few Chiefs watching. Give me some hearts. Give me some orange hearts in the chat if you got that Chief fried. Yes. So I'm gonna go to
3, 2, 1.
So let me tell y'all what this was about, right? So let me read Bridget's post because it was actually very, very it was good. And why I can't find the thing? Where was it? See, now I don't got all mixed up. Let's see. So the caption says, here it is. Here we go. So smoke signal. What's the passcode? Cheap pride. Ever notice how orange and black and white just hits right? Our colors carry codes, not a trend. It's a tradition. Our drip is deeper because it's more than the game. It's a vibe at the tribe. Our future chiefs pulled up because cheap pride isn't taught. It's in your soul. And so this video is showing how, you know, hey, it's showing how like Dr. McKinney is she a doctor? Well, Bridget McKinney, she's the principal of Carroll City, been killing it over there. She was the activities director when I was at Carroll City. And she was over the, I think she was the sponsor of the Diamond Girls. Like everybody, you know Bridget. Like she one of those too. Like how people knew Dr. Gallon, like people knew Bridget because the Diamondettes used to be superior rated all the time. The auxiliary used to be superior rated. Like she had them doing their things. It was professionalism. You know, I think she went to Bethune, so she was all about that. Like she brought that energy into the auxiliary, right? And so I know she went on to be a principal at different schools, and now she's back at Carroll City as the principal, right? And bringing that school pride, that love, connected to the community. And so she invited, you know, kids who aren't in high school yet to come to one of the games. And that thing, like, I love what she's doing. Is like, you know, in order to come in, you had to say the passcode, which was cheap pride, and you had to shake her hand. And she's like, no, we don't do the no loose handshakes. You got to shake my hand. And so it was so cute, and I love it. And I love the connection and how she's building that school pride and letting them be excited about, you know, coming to the high school before they get there. And so Teddy shared this on his page, and he said, this is what he said. He said, "Wow, they actually let the kids who will one day attend their school on the sidelines and don't run everyone off. Some people actually get it. Now the old field, like on the field competition, I won't speak on that, lol. But when it comes to being in sync with the community, the parks, and the next generation, this is how it's supposed to be done. Maybe one day we will start allowing the kids from the parks to attend our games or even scrimmages without them being run off. Missed out on some of the best little league athletes in previous years because of this right here. Well done, CC. I'm no hater, 100." And this is from Teddy Bridgewater, you know, NFL star, head coach of, you know, Miami Northwestern's football team, right? And he, you know, had this message to say, and he's right. Like to me, that is the way you build the bridge for the next generation. That's how you get them excited. I remember wanting to go to Carroll City games in middle school and going and just seeing the excitement, and you start building that up right away, right? You know, as they're younger. And for whatever reason, Northwestern's not doing that. And he had, you know, in the comments, people were saying, you know, the athletic director this and blah, blah, blah. And I saw a post. Let me see if this is right here. Because I saw a post um when I got on social media on my personal page though. Um from let me see if this is it. Is it on this page? No, I'm here. Bulls 55. Dang it. I should have saved it. Sorry, y'all. But there was a post that apparently the athletic director responded to Teddy. So it's a little bit of going over on at Northwestern. But Teddy got a point. They need to do that. That's how you build teams. That's how you build community. That's how you build camaraderie within your within the area, and that's how you get kids to come to the school. And let's be clear, the education system and with the charter schools and all the competition and the voucher program, you got to do what you can to entice the kids to come to the school. And I've heard from a lot of educators that kids don't be wanting to come. They don't feel like it's exciting. You know, some of these private schools or these prep schools, they have all these different things for the kids. And so I think that's a great way to get them excited and connected to a high school that, you know, they live in that area. A lot of them may come, but a lot of them, you know, that builds a deeper root in a connection to them. And Teddy's right. And I hope that the athletic directors over there and the principal and administration take heed. You know, Carroll City don't lead the charge. So they gave the example. It's a viable thing to do, you know. I think they should do it. I think they should listen to him. And so, you know, shout out to Teddy over there. He done won state championships, went back to play NFL. Like this guy, the fact that you even have him there, to me, I ain't saying being no sucker, but if anything he say to me, I'm taking into consideration at the very least because he really don't have to be there. He doing that out of love of his heart. Like we all know he ain't doing it for the money. He doing that for the love. And if he's saying, hey, this is an idea, this is a way for us to wait, which homepage? Which one? Which one? So you saw a cookie, right? On Facebook? Please, somebody tell me because I want to see. I don't know. Miami Northwestern. I saw it on the alumni page I saw it on Instagram. Oh, this is it. Is this it? Oh, they were talking about the state. This is state championship ring. This is state championship ring. Oh, this is it right here. I found it. I found it. Let's see what they said. Let's all see what the West had to say. Y'all know them. I ain't gonna get them too much. Shout out to the West because we in the process of figuring out how we could be a vendor and a sponsor at the West Fest this year. So shout out to y'all. Here we go. Here we go. Statement from the Miami Northwestern Athletics. We are aware of the recent comments made by Coach Bridger. Wait, not they? They they made a statement on Teddy. Okay. What's going on? A little ruffles, a little rumblings. We are aware of recent comments made by Coach Bridgewater suggesting that Miami Northwestern should engage in activities modeled after those of another school. While we respect all programs and their approaches, it is important to clarify that such actions would be in direct violation of FHSAA recruiting guidelines. Miami Northwestern is fully committed to upholding the integrity of high school athletics and adhering strictly to FHSAA. Say that 10 times fast. Rules. We will not compromise our values or the future of our program by engaging in any conduct that could jeopardize our schools or our student athletes. We remain focused on excellence, accountability, and doing things the right way. Andre Williams, athletic director of Miami Northwestern Senior High School. Is that Mr. Andre Williams who used to be the athletic director at Carroll City? I think he is at the West 9. Oh, and not they posted the receipts of the bylaws and the rules and the laws. Here's the thing, and I get what they saying, right? I get that. Um, what's up? Okay, Derek. Don't do my school now. Look, the West got it. Y'all know how y'all do over there. We all know how y'all do. That's why we ain't gonna never get y'all too much because I can't be tussling with y'all girls. Not trying to tussle with y'all girls. Nah, it's all done. But no, so that's Andre Williams, who used to be the athletic director at Carroll City when we was in school. He was there for a long time. Mr. Williams used to be wearing his blue and gold with the Carroll City stuff sometimes. Like, you know how them Bulls are. They like what they like. Here's the T. And I get what Mr. Williams is saying, and I get what Teddy is saying. If it's against guidelines or whatever the case may be, that's fair. We ain't trying to have nobody in no scandals. Y'all see what happened with Central. We don't need that. But I do think at the very least, what Teddy is saying is we need a system of encouraging the younger generation to attend our schools. And it ain't even got to be on some play football for us. Take the recruiting out of it. But there has to be a solution because everybody's always talking about the numbers of how the schools enrollments are going down. Now, they be gunning for the West. They tried it last year. And so that's the thing. It's like, do something. To me, that was a cry from Teddy saying, hey, we need something. We want to be able to bring in talent and stuff like that. What can we do within the rules? I think that could be a conversation. But to me, I'm surprised he did an iOS press release and made a statement on the thing. Y'all couldn't talk that out behind closed. I guess he said, Teddy, you want to put a statement? I'm going to put a statement out too. But I hope it's all love over there with the blue and gold family and y'all figure that out. And, hey, take some examples. Hey, here's the thing. I know Bridget ain't finna go break no rules. See what she did. Andre put out a statement over there. Child. Who knows Western y'all girls tussling about the football. But y'all, this has been another great episode of the Can We Talk podcast. I really, really love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna come on here, try to do more. Oh, another topic that I want to say for future conversation. May Rain. Oh, I'm sorry, May. I'm putting you in this. It was my girl Chanel. Crystal Chanel. That's what she did. She made a post about Marlon Wayans, right? And it was kind of coming at him for saying that his mom is the reason why he didn't want to get married because he didn't want to um he knew he didn't want to make her jealous. And everybody was like coming at Marlon and and I was just like I had a different perspective on this. I wanted to get into that, right? I wanted to talk about that a little bit more. I don't know, y'all okay with ride with me? Can I dig into that a little bit? I agree with Teddy, but you know how Florida be on that BS, especially when it comes to public schools. That's true. That's true. They be scrutinizing us and digging in and digging it in. Yeah, they be unfair, but we know what that is. But I just want let me pull it up. Let me pull it up real quick. Let me just pull it up real quick for y'all because I had an interesting perspective on it. And I also feel like just to bring it home, I be thinking it's some Miami-ish sometimes, and I be like, these mindsets, like this can't be no real situation. Okay, so this is a public thing. Let me share this post that she shared on the thing. Add to the stage. So this is the post that she shared, and this is her comment. Well. I'm happy he's speaking his truth, but this is interesting. Moms, please don't be the reason. Check in with your boys and give him full permission to get some of the play. Give him full permission to get married if that's their desire. Some of y'all play too much and you know it. And so this was the photo that said Marlon Wayans said he'd never marry because he didn't want to make his mom jealous. First of all, Marlon has said this already and explained it in other interviews, right? On why he doesn't want to uh he didn't want to get married. I just feel like one, I looked at it as a different perspective. I do feel like it could be taken as like, oh, you just want to play with me and my feelings and blah, blah, blah. And I don't think that's, totally what it is. Also, too, just seeing Marlon Wayans' like recent interview on the Michelle Obama podcast, he was talking about how much like he really, really takes to heart loving his family and being there for them and supporting them. So I could see how that may not be or leave a lot of room for somebody, like a significant other. And so that's how I took it as that. Like, Marlon was saying, like, yo, this is what it is. And I'm not going to, I don't want to lead somebody on. And I could tell he's had love and he has love for his children's mom and that they had a good relationship. But I was just like, not too much on Marlon because all the women's in the comments is like, that's that Epidus complex. He just want to be with his mama. He is stunted in his growth and he didn't want, he just want to play with women and y'all be careful. And I was just like, I just didn't have that perspective on it. I actually saw it as he wanted to prioritize his family. Not everybody has the desire to be married. That doesn't mean that they don't have companionship. And then also, too, I think sometimes, people, Miami girls be oversimplifying stuff. Like, he's a celebrity. He is not Joe the policeman from the What's Go Down episode of That's My Mama. Shout out if anybody caught that Coming to America reference. But he's not Joe the policeman. He's not Gary the garbage man. He's not even Tom the producer. Like he is Marlon Wayans, a big star. Do y'all understand the amount of pee that be coming people way when they is celebrities? You gotta have a catcher's mitt to catch all the pee that be coming at you. Shout out to Terrence Howard and the best man said that. So to me, I feel like layered with the fact that it's just easy to just date and be in multiple situations with people because you just have so much access. And also too, your love that you have for your family. Why would I get married? I'm a celebrity. I look good. First of all, Marlon's like 50 something. He still looks like he's in his 30s. Like, I look good. I don't have to get married. And also, too, I think people only have this really fixated, simplified view on marriage and relationships and how it works. And I'm like, it may not work for you, and you don't really gotta fully understand all of it. But I've come to learn in my big grown age that when there are so many different types of relationships, so many different types of agreements and love and how people decide to set up their life. So y'all don't know that doesn't mean that he doesn't have companionship, that he doesn't have romantic relationships. He's just like, I don't want to be married because to me that means something that I can't commit to. And I actually respect him for being honest. I feel like any woman who gets with him now, I don't know if he's in a relationship now, but they know what it is. I'd rather a dude be honest with me and say, hey, this ain't for me and this is what it's gonna be versus stringing me along for all my good years, weighing me down, and then not marrying me. Wouldn't you want that? Or you just want to make him marry somebody? He just need to marry somebody. I got what Marlon was saying. Hell, I said I'm not settling down to my kids grown. Marlon is the mama's boy and he's a baby. Exactly. He's a mama's boy and he's the baby. Also, too, some more context. First of all, if anybody know, like I was obsessed with Marlon Wayans as a kid, like super crush. Like my first email address was naylovemarlon at AOL.com. So there's that. So I'm definitely a little biased when it comes to this. But even still, like I do think also too, like him and his mom have the same birthday, so they're really close. Him and like his older siblings, it's like 16, 17 years apart. So like, people and anybody with multiple kids, y'all know the mama and the babies have a very special relationship. They be like homies. Especially if it's a big age gap. I could attest to that in my own family. I have a 10-year age gap between me and my younger sister. Her relationship with my mom and my relationship with my mom is like different to me. Like they seem like they real good Judies and homegirls. Like they don't have the same situations. And it just be like that with babies, like the baby of the family. So I definitely agree with that, Cookie. But I just think some of y'all just be trying to overly simplify stuff. Like everything ain't gotta be what you would do in your life. If that ain't what that man want, why y'all dogging him out? He is creating all these narratives about him. Like you don't even know him. And and this has nothing to do with anything because I don't proclaim to know Marlon. Like I definitely have hung out with him multiple times. Like he has given, me and my friends tickets to come to like his movies or his shows or whatever. Um I ain't gonna tell y'all the tea on that, but and nothing crazy happened. I just, like I said, certain aspects of that story involve people who I have not gotten the clearance from to share that publicly. But yeah, he just was a cool dude. And then also too, I got cool with one of his best friends, and met him kind of through Instagram. And then he came to the radio station and we were like, that's you. And so we were cool and hung out or whatever, dinner and stuff together. Like, cool dude, very down to earth, very like when you think about celebrities, like very like a normal person. Like Marlon to me feels like if you met him, he's gonna treat you as if he wasn't like this mega star. And he's definitely a star and he's cool. And you could tell that, but he also too doesn't make you feel like weird, like some of the celebrities who they're better than or they're above you. Like he's a very like cool, chill person. Like one of the times we were hanging out, that one of the time I hung out with him, like, and that was like probably like the deepest I've ever hung out with him. And I know he's real cool with Papa Keith too. Like, I think Papa Keith is open for him, but that's not my connection to Marlon. But the time that we hung out, like we were watching, like it was a group of us watching, like, I think part of the R. Kelly docu-series that had just came out. And so we were in there just like talking about it and the reaction. And I was telling Marlon, like, what I had been saying on social media and some of the background. And he was like, he laughed at something that I said. I fucking wanted, I still had to play it cool because I don't need him to be like, who brought this fucking country bitch who fucking fanning out in here? But I had to hold that in. But we were just in there having like a regular conversation, and he was cool and laughing and making jokes, whatever. Yep, I was Marlon, and it's still Erica Badu. And I'm still a huge fan of Marlon. I just don't have a crush on him like that anymore. But yeah, he was real cool people. So all that to say, I gather from what I've seen that I just think it's a choice that he's made, and I don't feel like he's intentionally trying to lead people alone and just make them baby mamas, as some of the people in Crystal Thomas was saying. Crystal gonna eat me up when she see I don't post a thing on but that's my girl. I love her, Crystal Chanel. She's an amazing PR rep, and she's doing her thing between Seattle and South Florida. It's no Portland and South Florida. But I just thought like all the comments was so negative against Marlon. I was like, damn, nobody can't see it his way. Like nobody can't see that maybe he just don't want to get married. And here's the tea: why people got not everybody want to be married. Is that the end all goal? Is that the ultimate thing? I can see companionship because Luther said, I'm not meant to live alone, so turn this house into a home. I get that. Being alone, and even that, if that's your tea, if you one of them people who could survive by yourself and be happy, I'm not. Companionship is one thing, but marriage, that's not for everybody. Stop trying to push that on people, y'all. First of all, child, and some of y'all just be so busted and disgusted. Y'all ain't gonna keep a man anyway. That's why they be. Oh, let me start. Before I start reading the girls I've been married 35 years. For somebody try to come get me, like, did you just get a man? No, 6 years, baby. No, but but for real, fix some attitudes. Get off my dog, Marlon. No, y'all need to get. Don't give him too much. But that was just my perspective on it. I also too think I think people don't understand the level of celebrity and what that means in access. Like, but here's the other thing. I think the equivalent to it is because I got pretty girls in the chat. Pretty girls. Y'all see how dudes just come at y'all all the time? Like, you know how they come at us? Like, it's just, you just, all right, dude. So imagine a man doing that. Like, the average man, they may not get that. But as a celebrity, that's just your everyday. Like, everybody just wants you. Sometimes people have ulterior motives. Sometimes it's just the groupie stuff. Sometimes it's like, oh, I really like him. I want to know him. Like, but it's just constant. So I think that too, coupled with how he view his family, like, no, I don't want to get married. Like, why? I could play the field. I could do what I want to do. And me and my fiance had this joke anytime, like we see like super young kids, like in super serious relationships and married, we be like, and if they're like celebrities and they got a lot of money, we be like, why are you married? Have fun, play the field. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you tying yourself down? You're gonna tempt yourself and be in some type of scandal because all the pee that's coming your way. Like, it be a lot. That's overwhelming. I wouldn't want that. Like, that's a lot to be dodging. And people be fine and beautiful too. Sometimes they have like, can you imagine a man with all of that? Imagine your man getting all of that. Would you think he could resist? You think he'll be married to you? No, I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. I just think that's just what it is. But those are my thoughts on the Marlon Wayne situation. Not too much on him, Crystal, and your friends. But y'all, this is a fun episode. We're gonna have some more political tea. Oh, as I was saying, I'm getting my producer eventually. So what we're gonna do is that person's gonna be helping me dig in. So keep sending me the stuff and keep sending me the tea so I can have that person, going through the information and helping me build the stories or whatever. Hey, tea. And that's going to be the update. So that Miami-Dade correction story, still working on it. West Park story, still working on it. And it was another one that we had. Also, too, there's a story I wanted to do on the Circle of Brotherhood and Commissioner Hardiman and all of that back and forth that happened. I wanted to know, how did that even become a thing? So I'm eventually do that. Oh, and another story I wanted to work on, the bond in Miami Gardens and the progress of the parks there and what's going on. I saw some stuff about Myrtle Grove Park not being ready yet and some of the residents having issues with that. So we gonna be digging in. And so right now I'm working with the Emma Bowen Foundation. They help give jobs and placement for students in or recent college grads in the media field. And so they're gonna help me figure out how to, you know, get some people, not help me figure out, but they're gonna put our job listing out there to them. So hopefully get a good person, want to work with a startup media company. Well, I didn't care about all that. Wait, what you don't know about all of that? Oh, when I said y'all relationship, Derica, our managing editor, and my baby sister, I think she's talking about what I said. Her and my mama have like this they do. She don't see it because we have two different lived experiences, Derica. We have two different lived experiences. I have a different perspective. I have a whole 10 years on you, friend, girlfriend. It's different. It's beautiful though. I mean, me and my girl, we do what we do, but y'all be connected in ways that I'm like, dang, I wish we could do that. I wish we had that. Here's the thing, mommy was very much more relaxed when you came around. Like I was 21 when she was 21 when she had me. Like, She was in her 30s when she had you. She had more practice and patience by that time. And not saying it was perfect. I'm saying it was different and closer and more, it seemed more like friendly. Like y'all used to be going to get y'all hair and nails done and stuff. Like I ain't never do that. Like y'all, Derek, she's like, Derek, what we eating tonight? I don't know. I don't want that. I don't remember telling my mama I don't want something to eat when I was a kid. Not when I was your age. It's just certain things like that. It is what it is. Any older siblings, y'all agree with me. The babies have a different relationship with the mama. I don't care what they say. Y'all do. It be that close familial relationship, that fun relationship. Like Marlon was saying with his mama, he's like, we was like best friends. And go watch that Michelle Obama interview because it was Damon Wayans and Marlon Wayans talking to Michelle Obama and her brother on the interview. And Damon said that like Marlon would like play practical jokes on his parents. And Damon said, I would never do that. He was like, I would be scared to death. And it's stuff like that. Not saying that my little sister did that because my mom still would get her together. But it was just like certain things that they would do or certain thing that she would be able to say or get away with. I'm like, I just don't think I was doing that at 10 years old. Like, I don't think my mom, we just didn't have that type of relationship. But that's just what babies get to do. That's cool. I went through the battle scars for you. You get to have a little bit less off your plate. That's just what it is. You have to accept it. Look, see, Auntie Lori, she a baby. She understand it. And I would say that her and my grandma, they was like good Judies. It was mama, daughter, but my auntie, like, she would be like real. I could see that my auntie would be way more playful with my grandma than versus like my mama and my other aunties who are older than her. Like they have more of like a reverence, like mama is the queen on the throne and the mama. And my aunties be like, what's up? Like it was just like a hey girlfriend, what's good? Like it was like they had like a little girlfriend, good Judy relationship. And here's the thing, it's not saying that the older siblings or older kids don't have a good relationship. It just seems like a little bit more of a like a respect and fear thing versus the younger one is like a little bit more playful. Yep, the youngest one be spoiled. Oh, hey, Justin, what's up? Hey, what's up, my friend with the long hair? Long hair, don't care. One of the top, you know. Now, Justin, I ain't gonna kill you. You one of the top in the field and what you do in sports media. Yeah, yeah. What's up? That's my little bro. I love Justin. You need to come visit us, Justin. I'm just talking shit at this point, but I don't know if he want me to tell people what he do. But Justin is very dope at what he does. He works in media too, and he is top sports journalist. Does his thing, has some really great pieces, and he's done some work with my fiance. Love, 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 Justin. Wait, what you said? I don't know what you're saying. I'm at the engagement party. Oh, let us know. Let us know. Come when you come to Raleigh. Let us know. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. Make sure y'all follow us, like and subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Today we had some decent viewing. We gonna keep it going. I'm gonna try to get better with my promotion and my consistency. But yeah, with the producer coming, it's gonna help me get into some of these stories, help me build out the run of show so I don't have to do, all the things but just by myself or whatever. So yeah, y'all be on the lookout. Also, too, I'm working on getting a new intro created, some new visuals. Um, I'm done. So trying to get this together. So all that to say is we gonna keep it coming. We gonna keep doing this. I'm just working on like processes and systems and making sure that I could automate some things and delegate some things so that I could do what it takes to do a live show because it takes a lot to like load stuff and research and have opinions and commentary on stuff, whatever. So having some help with that is going to allow me to be more consistent. So I thank y'all for, being patient with me, rock with me, sharing it, tell people to come on as guests, give me segment ideas, shows ideas, things that you want me to talk about. If you ever want to come on, I eventually want to do a radio type of situation where we take callers and people get to talk with us too. So thank you, mommy. Today is just the family. Look, that's okay. That's okay. But you know what? Our rewatch numbers be real good. And shout out to Dr. Gallen. We had over 1,000 views on that video with him that we did. So like the rewatch views, I've been seeing it slowly climbing on YouTube, and Facebook has always been really good and strong. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all Keep sharing and liking, and I appreciate all y'all love and support. Also too, I'm gonna be cutting up the videos in different segments so that if you want to go back to a certain part or certain interview, I'll have that stuff broken down for you guys to watch in a future date. And so shout out to my whole editorial team. Let me just give them their flowers because they've been killing it right now. Shout out to Derica James, my managing editor. Shout out to my video editor, Edward Williams. Shout out to our hard news reporter, Tori Brown, and shout out to all my freelancers out there. I have 2 freelancers covering events this week. Justin, who covered the Orange Blossom Classic. My CPA saw him, Tax Doctors John. He said, "Oh, he was representing you well, and he loved, seeing it. He know my numbers behind the scenes, but he seen the growth of the business. So he's like, I saw him. So shout out to Justin representing High-Low News at the Orange Blossom Classic press conference. Tonight I have Ariel. She's at the State of Black Philanthropy, hosted by the Miami Foundation. She's representing us out there. So shout out to all my freelancers, Shanae, Clayton, Ashika, and everybody who's worked with us, Farrah Charles. The editorial has been really, really strong, and it's because of you guys. Because you guys have been there supporting us and the work that you're doing behind the scenes. And I love y'all. Maybe one day I'll have them on the show in different, capacities just to talk about what they do. But I just really love y'all for what y'all are doing and helping me. And definitely huge, huge again. Got to give super duper shout out to Derica. Like the content y'all see on High-Low News, that's her. That's my good girl. That's my good Judy. She is coming up with the ideas. She is, packaging stuff. She's like, that is Derica. She's pushing out stuff on the website and the email newsletter. Like she's managing, helping manage the freelancers and team members. Derica is doing her big one. I could not do this. Like the product is the content is that Derica is doing that. Like Derica, I could not, when Derica take vacations, I'll be sick. I'll be like, what I'm gonna do? And she's so good. She has this system. She like, that's my girl. That's my good girl. That's my girl. We love Derica. We love Derica. No, not I guess. You do. You do. I'm gonna give you your things. I'm gonna give you your things. Derica, you need to hop on here one day with me. We have a conversation because Derica's really funny. Derica's really funny too. Like Derica laughs like they are soul laughs. Like I remember jokes Derica would say as a little kid that still are funny to me. Like Derica's like just very, very funny. So I think that having her come on and do, some segments with me, I think that'd be fun to do too. Okay. Take it. She's the highest paid employee at Take Media Enterprises. She makes more money than me, but I love her. She's worth every penny. She actually is worth more. So definitely want to give my editorial team their flowers for everything. And I appreciate y'all. Wait, hold on. Let me see what my fiance being funny. May have to share that Marlon Wayans story. You can't just tease us. I can't tell that Marlon Wayans story. I can't tell that one. I can't. No, I can't. No, I can't tell that one. Out of maybe another time. Another time. Y'all remind me. Another time. Yeah, we're gonna bring her on because, but yeah, that Marlon Wayans story, and it's not even like a whole like deep thing. I just get embarrassed in the story, so I don't want y'all knowing my teeth. But it's a funny story. My family knows that story. My close friends know that story. But yeah, I don't want to. Y'all don't gotta know all my teeth. No, fuck that. Y'all ain't. I'm not telling y'all about the Marlon Wayans story. No. Just know I'm a fan and I love him and he's great. Uh, until next time, we're gonna pay some bills. Shout out to all of our advertisers who's advertising with us. Shout out to Baptist Health. Shout out to the American Black Film Festival. And I think coming up we have some advertisement with Juice Define. Shout out to her, Opalaka, and Hurricane Ready. Hurricane Shutters business. So you'll see some new advertisers. So shout out to them. Shout out to Broward County Animal Care. They're another one. This month we have some good advertisers. So congrats, because they help us keep the bills. Y'all support them. They support us. Yeah. So without further ado, I will let y'all enjoy y'all evening. Thank y'all for rocking with me and talking with me. And I love y'all for real. We're gonna pay some bills before we get up out of here. Yeah. And y'all support those who support us. And again, love y'all for real. And keep rocking with us. Until next time, we'll see you. Bye. Why y'all ain't telling me my lips were chapped? Y'all ain't no good. Good night, y'all.
There's a 1 in 8 chance that a woman will develop breast cancer in her lifetime. And for Black women, we're more than likely to be diagnosed before the age of 50. Head to BaptistHealth.net right now to schedule your mammogram and be on the proactive side of care. Mammograms save lives.
When the last time you had a prostate screening?
I haven't done it.
What about colonoscopy?
I've been thinking about it. I know I have to do it.
Come on, man. You know, we can't wait till something happens. We can't wait for nobody to do it for us. We got to do it ourselves.
Yeah, you're right.
You know? So we got to make it a priority, man.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Full checkup once a year. And make sure you ask the doctors to get a PSA. And important, make sure you get that colonoscopy. You're 50 now, man. You got to get that done. Okay?